complaining. I gotta bitch change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it. Ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Never save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway.
Come on, fellas.
first carry here for Todd Gurley. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Rock it.
Out of the gun, Loletta. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Just like that. Protein spill. Watch twins. He's coming. Hey, Sam on.
Now it's Loletta. Flushed out right, and that's incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Go.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
10 Lobo. Hey, echo.
Hey, alert three. Watch the air.
Go out. Go.
Throwing on third down, Loletta. The Sanders has got it complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Let's go, Deeper. Tempo.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the Rams' 46-yard line.
On second and 9, Wilson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 14th touchdown now of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Loretta. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. 30, 20, touchdown, LA. A big play there. 84 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now it's Carson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense to get the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
49. Hey, Haywood. Watch the run. Check. Lucky. Fair. Be grip.
The shotgun snap to Lauletta. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Complete to Tyler Higbee. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. These 2 teams all tied after 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You got tight. Go. You got tight right there. Show me that. Hey, Delta. Check. 2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber. Check. No. Off. Hatchet. Check nickel. Ready?
Lauletta to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Tighten up.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Bang. Hard. He's checking. Leo. 6-2.
To throw again on second down. Lauletta. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
From the gun on third down, Lauletta. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run it with Carson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams have to use the momentum to launch another one.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 36, 36. You draw Parker.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Hey, stand up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lauletta. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And we remind remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 51 yards.
Los Angeles.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field.
Look at me. Go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go. Hey, orbit. Check 49. Roll out. Now.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lauletta. It's caught by Sanders. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Set, 8, read.
Let him know. Switch.
Hey, lock it. Switch. Lead dribble.
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Lauletta again here on 2nd and 10. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Look, screen. Go.
Again, Lauletta. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
The Rams' 32-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
At the 10-yard line.
Check, 59. I'm coming.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Loletta. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Deuce, smooth.
Out of the gun, Loletta. Higbee secures it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. nowadays an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Check 99. Check 99. Topper.
Lauletta back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Lauletta. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Lamb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Lauletta now to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Wilson now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
40. 24 is the mic. Here we go. Watch your 14. The twins. Move the team. Check 50. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now it's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. This is Carson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's Carson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. A first throw for the backup Osweiler toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw it the opposite hand.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now Wilson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Leo!
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Gurley again here on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
They're running it. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Ready?
They'll fake it. Now Loletta. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Loletta to throw, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot and say, hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
Hey, Sam, up to.
On first down, it's Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And Gurley on first down, no chance that time. He's swallowed up for a loss of about 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game.